Hi everyone, this is John. I just want to tell you a story. Well, I'll tell you a lot of stories anyway. The first one is right down here. I've been working out today, and I get to meet a whole bunch of people. I get to say nice things to them like, hey, you made this place look better, to whatever. I just get to meet people. And I've seen people, that I've seen over the months and stuff. They don't see me. Boy, they smile when they see me. They fucking just love it too. I could just tell. And there's no red cars down here, and there was a whole parking lot full of people, taxpayers and everything. A lot of people. I spent time out on the docks and stuff, and I get to walk around this whole area, and I walk and I lift weights and stuff. I've got my 8s and my 12-pounders over there, and I've been walking down around here, and I walk a little figure 8 thing down here. And I go down here where the children's rocks are, and they're very inspirational. Very inspirational. You should walk down there and look at those rocks sometimes. And if you don't think they're inspirational and stuff, it's probably because you have a lack of empathy. And there's a lot of people that has a total lack of empathy. Like my sister Bonnie, she has a total lack of empathy. And Susan Jane Donahoe has a total lack of empathy anyway. And Susan Jane Donahoe is nothing more than this pity party and stuff, and she showed me this, and she told me about pitting people against each other and stuff, and I want to put Susan Donahoe behind me. Eve tells me I'm not going to be smoking this weekend, and I'll tell you what, I tell Eve, that's what you fucking think. I want a fucking carton of cigarettes, and even fucking Satan knows I fucking mean business when I fuck with people. And I don't mind fucking with Eve and Satan for what they fucking done. And I get the luxury of fucking with them. And I'll tell you what, it could fucking cost people their fucking lives. And anyway, I just have the fucking greatest time going out here and meeting all these here people. Did I say that I don't kill a whole bunch of people now? I get to meet all these people. You're dealing with Johnny, the diabolical father's son. And I go down here, I'm doing this figure 8, working out, meeting everyone. Oh, people on bikes. Hey, you make this look too fucking cool. This man and woman. And there's a beautiful gal right there just walking by, doing her thing. And people don't need to see that garbage Susan goddamn Donahoe in this park, that park, or any fucking park in Camas and Washougal. And I don't want these people shocked any fucking longer, because I feel a friction from these people. And everybody that I meet, I get my information from the people and stuff, and I can see the frictions, and I can read people real fucking good. And I'm like a human lie detector. Yeah. And now, anyway, I've been doing this figure 8 and everything like this here, and I go down there, and I've been going down the other end, and there's these posts that stick up like this that has lights in it, and I'm going to go down there and I'm going to clean all these here out, just blow everybody's fucking mind and put these things clean. And I go down there at the very end, and there's this here retainer wall, it says here blocks that they fit together. They're those big construction blocks like they have out here in front of me here. They have them down there too. And I'll get on them and I'll walk along them. I walked up there and I cut down all the blackberry vines and stuff like that so he couldn't get caught on them and cause a danger or whatever. And anyway, I go up there, I do my exercise, and I go along that, and I do a little jump, whatever, probably looks pretty fucking cute. Because I'm so fucking cute when I do my shit. And there's this really nice woman down there, and she's cleaning up right there on the sidewalk. There's a place where, it looks like there's a garden bed that's built into the sidewalk area. And nobody took care of it. And this woman, she's out there, and she's taking care of it. She's out there working. And, I come out there, I come down the steps, the cement steps, and right there, and I jump. Like I'm a jumper. Like this, and I jump. And I tell her, that looks so nice, and your work looks incredible. And you have the most beautiful eyes. I said, are those contacts? Nope, my mom and dad gave me those. Well, I really like that. My mom and dad gave me those. And anyway, well, I was there for another minute or so. I said, I better get out of here before your husband comes out here and chases me off. And, I go on my way, and, there's those pillars and stuff, and I do a little kick where I put my leg over this way and that way and this way, and I do some swings and stuff over each one of these pillars as you're coming up this way. And because she's cleaned that up and made that look so good, I'm going to do these here lights and stuff like I always wanted to blow everyone away. And she's blowing people away on that end of the place. Now, I've come down here, I've taken the 2 weights, the 8-pounders, and I've made a couple trips down there anyway. Well, I didn't see her one trip, I just come back by, she's done for the day maybe. And anyway, I take off and I got my 12-pound weights, and I go down there, and I just go by, and I said hi to her and stuff like that. She's doing the work. And I said, you make this place look so much better, she's really nice. She's working on the thing right there, and she's doing an incredible job on it. Very good taste. And there's a man that's, I went down there one time, and there's a man helping her. It might be her husband. I'm sure that this woman should be married. So anyway, I go down there again, and I have my 12-pound weights. And instead of getting up on those blocks and stuff like that, I won't jump up there on my 12-pound weights, because you know what? Accidents can happen, safety first and all that shit. And you think I want to do something wrong and trip in front of somebody and make it look like I'm causing a fucking hazard of my own? No way. It ain't gonna happen. So anyway, I go down there, I walk down there, and I said, I'm gonna walk down. I love those kids as rocks down there. They're very inspirational. I told her, you are an inspiration to me. And, she smiled and stuff. She's really nice. And, the last time I was down there and I was coming this way, I said, well, if you see me out here, lifting weights and stuff like that, I'm sure you've seen me before. I said, I'm just doing my thing. I said, you make this place look wonderful. And I left. And I come down this way, but this woman doesn't know that I'm going to go down there and clean all those lights and stuff while she doesn't know. I'm going to try to do them all, and without them even knowing. So when their lights come on in front of their homes, and it's going to just look so much better. It's just going to complement the whole thing. But I sneak around people's back, and I compliment people's properties and stuff all the time. Well, a little public place like this, cut a little branch here, snip a little blackberry vine there, and God has me weeding things. I told you guys that for weeks. Eve tells me I'm not going to be smoking. I'm telling Eve I'm going to be smoking, and I'm going to drink some fucking whiskey. I love smoking a Turkish gold cigarette. I also like Camel lights. But there's a story. The story is between me and my brother Jim. The last time I seen my brother Jim, before they did all the shenanigans, I came out to my brother Jim's house, and Jim's been questioning me and stuff on the phone and stuff like that. I am who I am, I said on the phone to him, and he finally fucking hung up after hours, and I actually went in and got sick, brown, puke, whatever. It was terrible, just vile. Talking to my brother Jim for all those hours. But anyway, and this is around the same time, my brother Jerry said, they were going to kill me if I go out there to my brother Jim's place. Well, I figured they just didn't want me talking to my brother Jim. There's no reason why I can't go out to my brother Jim's and talk to him. I haven't done nothing to him, and I'm going to find out what the fuck's going on with him. It's my thing. So I go out there, and Matthew goes out there with me too, and Matthew goes off and heads out with Luke. Well, me and Jim's having a conversation in the kitchen. Actually, I watch him talk to bank creditors on the phone, and he starts acting like a fucking retard, saying, hello, yeah, well, I'm gonna have to talk. Oh God, I couldn't fucking believe that shit. When he gets off the phone, I said, what the fuck was that? He says, well, I just do that. And a lot of people say that I just do that. This is what I do. That's what they said. This is what I do. Well, I said, well, I'll tell you what. I've had prostitutes tell me. I said, well, why do you do what you do? They say, well, this is what I do. Well, my brother Jim's telling me the same goddamn thing now. You know, this people tell me this their shit. You know, I run bowling alleys and stuff. And my brother Jim tells me this. Well, here I'm at his house, and when I got to my brother Jim's house and I knocked on his front door and he came to the door and opened it, I said, you know, I told myself a long time ago I'd never darken your doorway, Jim. And that was because that Stanley, his next door neighbor, had a gun on me, looking through his scope, telling Jim that I was smoking pot out behind my boat, out by my motor, which I was doing. And boy, you put a fucking scope on my motherfucking head, and Jim told me all about it too. You know, I mean, I have no reason to go over to my brother Jim's house when conversations are going. There's a lot more than that, I goddamn tell you. But anyway, I said, I don't have to darken your doorway. I said I would never. And I was there because I was wanting to stop what was going on. And we went in and talked, and I, you know, in the kitchen, I said, you know, a lot of things, and I said, well, here, let me adjust my crown, you know, jokingly, like my dunce cap or something like that. And I said, you know, I am who I am. I said, you know, I'm the straw that broke the camel's back. And Jim's just like this because, you know, there's words that I said before this. Jim was telling me at one point, before this is all over, I'm going to stick a gun in my mouth and pull the trigger. Here, I'll get a gun. John, you kill yourself first. Prove to me that you believe in God. No, Jim, God doesn't want us to kill ourselves. You know? I mean, I've been dealing with this stuff all of my life. Eve tells me I'm not smoking cigarettes. I'll tell you, I am going to smoke cigarettes if it fucking bothers other people. Eve says I'm not. I'm scared she might grab me by the nuts if I do. I guess me and Eve's having a showdown in this whole goddamn 9 yards on this one. But I've been out here, and this woman's got the most beautiful eyes down here at the end of the way. I've been lifting weights here, and there's been just great people here all day. Teams of people. There's just a whole bunch of people here today. And it's just wonderful. I mean, this is what I goddamn do best, is go out and meet people, and the Holy Father loves that. The Holy Father loves that. You know what? And it's all about fucking healing on my end too, meeting people and doing the right goddamn thing and eating the best fucking food that I can fucking afford for myself and for the Holy Father. I promised him I'd pick him the best grapes. I promised him a lot of fucking things in this whole ordeal. I would be singing to the Holy Father. I fucking actually had Ernie go and buy me lamb. And, you know, I would prepare it and I would put it on my grill, on my stove and stuff, this L-shaped thing. They stole all my stuff up there at Denver Lane. They stole my shit at 1007th Street, down to my fucking bowling ball. Susan Donahoe told me she sold my bowling ball for $10 fucking dollars. That bowling ball was worth, well, it was worth over $300, I think. It was a combat zone. And anyway, you know, that's my personal fucking bowling ball, and they even fucking did that. Who in the fuck knows what they goddamn did with it? But I got a Bible, and I got it from Susan Jane Donahoe from that house. And that Bible that was in that house when I was reading Revelations, when all that happened, it started fucking shaking. I had the book open, and it fell out of the book, and it was something else. The events that happened in that house. And you guys don't want that goddamn bitch Susan Jane Donahoe in your fucking town, you guys. Law officers, I goddamn told you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Hey, forgive my fucking French when I tell you, here, get off your ass and do your fucking job, and you will be fucking, you know, rewarded. Yahshua is the name of the Lord, and I'm telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And all the good people in Camas, I want you to know, Yahshua is the name of the Lord. And the churches, you goddamn get it fucking straight. And you start talking about Yahshua inside the cup and outside of the cup, so to speak, and you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's goddamn English. And why don't you level to your congregation what you've goddamn done? You've been deceiving everyone by knowing that this here subtitle is just goddamn a lie. And I'm here, Esau and Jacob. And by the way, Esau sold away his birthrights, and you people in the fucking church know what the goddamn fuck I'm talking about. And by the way, I'm telling the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and the Holy Father's on my side and not on your side, Satan and Eve, so to speak. But they are on Satan and Eve's side, so to speak, at the same time. Everybody's got to work together for the greater of the good, and that's what the Holy Father tells me too. I don't want to play a game with people's fucking lives, because people's lives are important to me. They may not be important to Susan Jane Donahoe or the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And both of them have a goddamn J in their name. And both of them have something in goddamn common with me. And I don't have to fucking tell you everything, but I will goddamn tell you I'm on the good people's side. And law enforcement community just put on that Yahshua is the Lord. And by the way, I don't see no fucking riffraff. You know, that's fucking wonderful. And by the way, I don't fucking stay in my motorhome any particular place, and I've never set up camp in a fucking park and stayed there. Now I might come to Steamboat Landing. It's because Eve brought me here, and Satan and everything, and there's a rock over there that looks like Eve, a Sharia girl, as you come out of that fucking tunnel, and Eve's been putting her hand on that thing, and I've walked the same path as Eve. You know, I'll tell you what, or that girl that Eve was possessing, and that girl is not to be found. I have never seen that girl again, and no one has ever fucking been able to tell me. Have you seen that girl? No. You know, it's just like vanished. And so did the thought of her that she ever was here too, by the way. But people know that she's been here. I'm not, you know, blotting her out like that. But anyway, I'm doing the best I can, and I'm doing the best I can for the Holy Father, and I'm doing the best interest for Satan and Eve, as well as the Holy Father. You know, I'm just in this to win this, because this is like a fucking the biggest goddamn game of my life I'm in. I got involved with the Holy Father. I guess I'm Adam from Adam and Eve, and this is the goddamn truth. Hey, do you want me smoking cigarettes? I'm sure they don't mind me drinking a little bit of alcohol, but I goddamn tell you, Eve tells me I'm not smoking cigarettes, and I tell Eve, you better talk to Satan about that, because Satan doesn't say goddamn jack shit. Satan just sits back in the wings, because he knows that everything I do is goddamn gold to him. And also gold to the Holy Father. And if it's gold to the Holy Father, it's sure the fuck gold to Satan. Eve might not like everything I do, but what woman likes what a man fucking does to begin with? Hey, I got a fucking hell of a good attitude. I got the book. Don't let me throw it at you. I'll give you the pinky smash. And a whole lot more. And you just stay tuned, because there's more where this come from.